All right, we're back right here on your premier morning news magazine. Tippy top of the morning to you. We're streaming live at Tony Brown Facebook, Tony Brown Roamery #2. You can also go ahead and friend us on those pages. Like our business pages at FM 107.5, The Vibe, as well as 1110 AM KTTP. And we're also streaming on Twitter and Periscope at Eyes Open T. Brown. Please go to our YouTube channel, which is Eyes Open with Tony Brown, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have, for the last 3 weeks or so, been doing an expose, if you will, of Ward Holdings International and their amazing cashew product called TanzaNutz, which is expected to be on the market sometime just before the holiday season. I had the pleasure of having with us this morning, live from Tanzania, Africa. He is the president of Ward Holdings International in Tanzania, Godfrey Simbeye. Godfrey Simbeye is the immediate former CEO of the Tanzanian Private Sector Foundation, where he led the organization for 10 years. TPSF is the umbrella body of the private sector in Tanzania, where he was the voice of the private sector. As CEO, he participated in meetings organized by regional private sector bodies such as East African Business Council, or the EABC, was a founding member of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, Business Council, and presided over the establishment of bilateral, regional, and international relationships. Godfrey has served as director of the Equity Bank of Tanzania Limited, a subsidiary of Equity Bank of Kenya. He is a qualified accountant and has a Master's of Science degree in Information Management and Technology from the University of Strathclyde in the British UK. My brother, Godfrey Simbeye, welcome to Eyes Open this morning.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. And how is the States right now?
We are, coming off a little bit bad weather, but, we're hopeful that we'll have sunshiny skies in the coming days. Let's talk a little bit, Godfrey, about the misconception, particularly of Americans, I don't care what color you are, that they have of your country. If you could describe Tanzania in your best words for us right now, what would you say about your country that's in the motherland?
Oh, thank you, Tony. And what I can say, let me tell you something. In 2014, I visited Oklahoma City, and I met a couple of people in Oklahoma City in the state, and I tried to talk to them about Tanzania. And very unfortunately, most of the Americans didn't know where Tanzania is. And again, I think it was in 2019. I went to Dallas. And I was having some meetings there, and I decided to visit one of the president of the Chamber of Commerce in Dallas. And when I went there, she didn't know anything about Tanzania. But wow. Actually, Tanzania is the land of opportunities. It's a huge land. This is where Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa, is located.
Yes.
So this is where the best national parks, the Serengeti, the Ngorongoro, this is where they are located. But unfortunately, most people don't know. But this is also a place where you can find almost all minerals that are found in the world. They are from Tanzania. So when I was in 2019, when I was in the U.S. in Dallas, and I spoke to the president of Dallas Chamber of Commerce, and I was telling her that, look, I want me and you to start a program where we can invite American investors to come to Tanzania to invest, because there's a lot of opportunities. And those few Americans who have invested in Tanzania, they are reaping the benefits. So she told me, oh, look, we don't have those plans, and perhaps, and she told me openly that her plan is to invite other investors within America to invest in Dallas, and not to take them out of America to go and invest in Africa, and especially Tanzania. So I was a little bit surprised that she didn't know much about Africa, and particularly Tanzania, that there is a whole set of opportunities for them to make big money. And not only small money, big money. So she didn't know. So this is my impression that Americans, they need to know Africa. Americans, they don't know what is happening in Africa, but I can tell you those few Americans who are in Tanzania, who are in Africa, they know how much money they make and what are the benefits of investing in the motherland. Well, so this is what I can say, Tony. If you could help me through your radio to tell Americans to come to Tanzania, to come to Africa, it's a land of opportunities. The WHI, they have seen that they can do something in Africa. That's why actually they have started with Tanzania. But of course, we expect them to go outside Tanzania to other countries such as Mozambique, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, everywhere there is opportunities for Americans.
Well, I tell you what, you hit it on the nail. It is the land flowing with milk and honey. It's just that we have been hoodwinked, so to speak, in believing that Africa is a poor country when it obviously and has been since the very beginning been the richest country in the world. And when you look at Tanzania itself, a relatively new country, just over 50 or 60 years ago, when it was Zanzibar that was then occupied. I call it an occupation by the British. That's why you guys speak very good English. And also it was a combination, I think, in 1961 that combined two countries and thus combined those two names to formulate the name Tanzania after Zanzibar. And then the Tanzi, I don't know what really the other portion of the name, but forgive me for that. But I will tell you also that you guys started planting cashews in the 80s. And yes, I am familiar with the Serengeti, Mount Kilimanjaro, and even Madagascar Island off the Indian Ocean. So me, unlike most Americans, black or white, I know about the motherland. And I do my research. And when I can say what I have seen of Africa, and certainly Tanzania, it is a precious, beautiful country with the most beautiful people who are just hopeful. But unfortunately, for thousands of years, since the slave trade, since, of course, the colonialism, occupation, and just the raping and the pillaging of its natural resources, and even in Tanzania having the only mineral called tanzanite in the entire world, there's an opportunity there for Americans to come, particularly African Americans. You guys have been encouraging African Americans who have overcome 400 years of slavery, who have learned from their oppressors to know what they know, and we could take that knowledge that we've gleaned here in America and bring it back to our brothers and our sisters over in Africa. Is that the objective, to have African Americans, particularly African Americans, to come over? And how will they be treated by Africans, certainly those in Tanzania?
Tony, African Americans, they are treated very well in Tanzania because these are our brothers. And they are coming back to Tanzania to offer what they have. Let me tell you something. People like Lloyd Ward, he has been a CEO of the biggest American companies. He has the experience on industrialization. He has decided on his own to come to the motherland to offer what he told me one day that, look, I'm on my senior years, and I have my own money, but I want to come to Africa to help my brothers, to give a little bit of my experience on what I gained over the years for them to help. And I can tell you something. For me, I was the CEO of the Tanzania Private Sector Foundation. I have seen many investors come from Tanzania, from China, or from Turkey, from India, you name it. But honestly, in the likes of Lloyd Ward and his team, the Scott, Martin Johnson, I have never seen people who are experienced in industrialization, such as Lloyd Ward and his team. Lloyd Ward has assembled a great team that is focusing on helping the motherland. And we need them. Here in Tanzania, they are welcome. Everywhere they go, people treat them with respect, with love. And I can tell you, you'll not be surprised, Tony, that the Lloyd Ward and the Martin Johnson, maybe they can settle for good in Tanzania. Because this is where they belong. This is where everywhere they go, people receive them with love. You know, they love these people because they look like us. So this is what really drives Tanzanians to welcome African Americans to come and invest in Tanzania. And you think they are very, very honest. And when Lloyd came to Tanzania, people didn't understand him. People are saying, "Oh, are you an investor? How much money are you bringing in Tanzania?" He said, "I'm bringing more than money. It's not only about money. An investor will come in Tanzania, put money, and they go away. But I'm here to be with you. I want to work with you. I want to partner with you." This is what Lloyd Ward was telling people, and now people understand that Lloyd Ward, through the Ward Holdings International, is a different set of investors altogether. These are not only investors, but these are partners. These are our brothers. They are coming back home to bring the experience that they've gained in America to help us transform our nations. We feel that with them around, we can actually move a step forward. for us. In Tanzania, Tony Brown, I will tell you something. The manufacturing sector accounts for only about 8.5% of the GDP, of the gross product of Tanzania. So it's very little. It's very little. It's because we don't know how to industrialize. We don't know how to add value to the goods. And this is what WHI is all about. WHI is here to tell us how do you value add your goods. In Tanzania, it's very interesting. Agriculture sector accounts for about 27% of the GDP. But the agriculture sector exports about 30% of the total export value in Tanzania. Mm-hmm. That means we export lots of raw materials to other industries. So World Holdings International wants to change that. World Holdings International wants to help Tanzania to industrialize the cashew nut subsector in Tanzania. And that is only the starting sector. After that, we're going to textile, we're going to coffee, we're going to tea, everything. You name it, everything can be value added in Tanzania. So we are happy and tell other African Americans to come back to their motherland and offer what they can offer. We will receive them with love, with warmth, everything. These guys, the Lloyd will want to settle for good in Tanzania. Do you think if he's not loved in Tanzania, he cannot decide to settle in Tanzania? It's because there is love here in Tanzania. Tony, and you also welcome to Tanzania as well.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to coming. I will be in Africa. That has always been on my bucket list. But again, I know Lloyd has been so well received that he's actually looking for a place there. Let's talk a little bit about the cashew industry. You've been involved with the cashew industry for decades. How is WHI's plan to industrialize the cashew industry going to help the people, particularly in Tanzania, those growers, those farmers who've been getting pennies on the kilo for their product, while countries like India or maybe even Vietnam have been really doing the same thing that the colonial companies came in for thousands of years and took advantage of these people who are still living in extreme poverty? How will WHI help them change the game? And how will the people who purchase TanzaNutz when it's on the market, how will, by them purchasing the product, how will that help your people over in Tanzania?
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Let me tell you, Tony, let me start with a second phrase, then I'll go back to the question. When WHI came to Tanzania, they've been doing a lot of research about cashew nuts. They started in America. They went into the shops and they found out how much American people are buying cashew nuts in the retail shops. So they collected all of that data. When they came to Tanzania, they also conducted their research. They met a number of people, the politicians, the policy makers, the private sector, to talk about how they can transform the cashew nut in Tanzania. And in one of these meetings, in Tanzania, actually, the country is divided into regions. I know in America we have states. Here we have what we call regions. Mm-hmm. In one of the regions, the regional commissioner, and each region has got a regional commissioner, is a political appointee and is the administrator of that region. So we went into one region called the Singida. And Lloyd was teaching about the value of cashew nuts. And Lloyd was telling this regional commission that, look, this is a gift from the Lord that gave Tanzanians to be able to use it for food, but also to make money. So Lloyd explained that how much we are losing as a nation, not to industrialize the cashew nuts. And if we can do that, we can be able to repatriate billions of dollars back into Tanzania and help our poor farmers to be able to manage to give prosperity to the farmers. So when Lloyd was preaching that, this regional commissioner was listening to him, and after Lloyd finished, then it was time for her to react. And this lady, she's a lady, her name is Rehema, mm-hmm. She just said one sentence. She said, Lloyd, you are also a gift from God.
Amen.
Can you imagine? This was a pitch from Lloyd, and this regional commissioner is telling Lloyd, you're also a gift from the Lord. And so if you are also a gift from the Lord, tell us, help us to be able to monetize, to get benefit from the cashew nut. So this is the reaction from a regional commissioner who is the political appointee. And you can tell what Lloyd said in that meeting for him to be also called a gift from the Lord. Now, coming back now to what WHI is doing. WHI is going to change everything. We have failed, Tony. We have failed to really deal with the cashew nut sector in Tanzania. Mm-hmm. 90% of the cashew nut in Tanzania is exported raw. We call it raw cashew or RCN in short. Is exported to India, is exported to Vietnam. And it is being processed in Vietnam and India, and the Americans, they eat cashew from Vietnam and perhaps from India as well. But I know mainly from Vietnam. 90%, Tony, you may not believe this, but I'm telling you it's 90%. So we do processing, a little bit of the process, about 10%, which is not good enough. And even the 10% that we are doing is not profitable enough to make this processor become profitable and make money. So when they come after the research by WHI, WHI came up with a platform that we call Seed to Global Market, S2GM. We call it S2GM.
Okay.
And the backbone, the real issue behind S2GM is to be able to connect farmers, Tanzanian farmers, with their cashews directly to the retail shops in America. We want the Americans to test cashew from Tanzania, not from Vietnam. Vietnam is mixed from other countries. There is Nigeria that's selling, there is the Ivory Coast, there is Brazil, there is Mozambique. So when it goes to Vietnam, we mix with all these and sell it to the Americans. I can tell you the cashew nut from Tanzania is the best. If you test it, and I wish when this team, which is in Tanzania right now, the Scott and the Jerry, when they leave Tanzania, I will give them a gift that to take it to you, and I want you to test the cashew nut. So what we want as WHI is to industrialize, proper industrialization, not processing only, but to do value addition. This is what WHI is all about. And this is the transformation model that we want to implement in Tanzania, and I believe we can do, because we have talked to a number of people, we've talked to politicians. They all believe that that's the only way we can do for us to be able to reap the benefits of this nut, which Lloyd called a gift from the Lord, a gift from the God. This is the only way to. If we continue to sell raw cashew nuts, we'll be exporting jobs, we'll be exporting the money to other countries, and make people in India, people in Vietnam rich, while our people in Tanzania, our people in Africa, they continue to be poor for years and years to come. So for me, I say I'm very lucky to have been associated with the WHI. Lloyd met me in 2020 in January, when he came for the first time in Tanzania, and he was brought to Tanzania by a gentleman called Martin Johnson. And when he was in Tanzania, he was introduced to me. The first day I met him, when he told me about the vision, about the transformation that he wants to do, why he wants to share his industrial experience from America to Africa, I realized we have someone who is very special, who is very different from other investors. So after that, I was still working as the CEO of the Tanzania Private Sector Foundation, and we signed an MOU with them because I knew they were doing something to help the nation. And the Lord will always say, when Tanzania wins, we all win.
Absolutely.
So, after that, of course, I left the company. And I joined WHI starting from August last year.
Well, God bless you.
I joined because...
Go ahead. I'm going to let you wrap it up. Go ahead, Godfrey.
Yeah. So last year I joined. Why did I join WHI? When I left TPSF, there was I could go anywhere. There were so many of these offers for me to go and join them, but I decided to go to actually partner with the WHI because of only one thing, because of the transformation model that they were introducing to Tanzania. Because I believe in what WHI is preaching in Tanzania. I believe in what WHI will achieve. WHI will repatriate billions of dollars back to Tanzania. And I can tell you, the farmers in Tanzania under WHI model will benefit, will be rich, they will be able to buy cars, they will be able to do anything they want. And this is what is called transformation.
I tell you what, you're exactly right. And of course, I feel your passion, Brother Godfrey. I can hear it in your voice. And Seed the Global Market, STGM, what we call in America, from the root to the fruit, and the fruit is prosperity, certainly for the people who are doing most of the work with blood, sweat, and tears and reaping the least of the benefits. God bless you, my brother. That is, of course, Godfrey Simbeye. He is the president of World Holdings International in Tanzania, Africa. Thank you for coming on, my friend. And go ahead. You had something to say?
No, yeah, I was just...
Did we lose him? Yeah, I think we lost the line, but we're going to wrap it up. And again, folks, I invite y'all to go to, of course, World Holdings International website. You can go to the TanzaNutz YouTube channel and subscribe to that channel. There's a big contest that's going to be starting on Juneteenth. It is a contest that's going to be a monthly contest where they'll choose a monthly winner. It's called TanzaNutz Taste So Good Makes You Wanna. It's going to be on social media where you download a 1-minute video of you doing whatever TanzaNutz makes you want to do. I've had those cashews. They are the biggest. They are the best. They are creamy, delicious, and buttery. My wife loves them. My dogs even love them. When I drop some on the floor, I've never seen dog eat nuts, but these dogs gobble them up. So they know a good thing. They know a superfood when they see it. And, of course, y'all keep it locked right here where we continue to tell you about the contest that's going to be coming up on June the 10th. $1,000 cash prize for every monthly winner. And then at the end of 6 months, the grand finale will be during Black History Month over in Tanzania, Africa, where everyone will be flown down, all expenses paid for the grand finale contest in Tanzania and, of course, Africa, for chances to win $25,000. And, of course, this is a worldwide contest. Yeah. More eyes open when we come back, folks. We're going nuts for TanzaNutz. Good morning.